This morning, I would like to say something about the first principle of key meditation. Recently, on our blog, ChristopherCurtis.online, we've covered a series of 4 basic principles of Toi Sensei, and that was followed by 4 basic principles of Suzuki Sensei. And now, this year, we'll probably be covering some of Toi Sensei's other principles. Toi Sensei loved principles. 5 principles of this, 5 principles of that. It was a very effective way for him to clarify his teaching. Of course, he has 5 principles of key meditation. And the first of those principles is the principle of holding. A principle says we maintain a posture of holding while we're practicing. So, posture, that's the word shisei in Japanese. That just means a state of mind. So we're maintaining a state of mind, or a state of mind that is holding. Now, what are we holding? We're holding whatever arises. We're holding maybe a thought, maybe an emotion, maybe a memory, maybe a concern about the future, or maybe a person. When I was Otomo for Suzuki Sensei, he used to tell me repeatedly, remind me to remember that whenever I'm teaching a seminar, that not only do I have to hold the students during the seminar, but even at night when I'm sleeping, I have to continue to hold them. So he was very, very strict about this. So think about your family, and think about your friends, and maybe at work or in the community, and of course your fellow students, your teachers in Aikido and elsewhere. And why limit it? Why don't we hold everyone? Why don't we hold, as Toi Sensei said, let our minds reach out to all of humanity. And how do we hold? Well, we hold gently, with compassion, and we hold, like holding a baby. We don't hold a baby like we hold a bag of groceries. We hold a baby like it's very precious. So we hold ourselves in exactly that same way, with just as much appreciation and inclusivity. We hold our friends in the same way, and we hold everyone in the same way. One thing I'd like to mention that I've learned is that when we're talking about holding, we are talking about holding without any personal preference of any kind. I'm not saying, in other words, that there's a lot of nasty people out there in the world, of course. We all know that. Doesn't mean you have to like them. Oh yes, you should love your enemies. Let me put it differently. Hold them with an empty mind, a mind that is free of judgment. Holding means, yes, as if it's precious, but without any value judgment of bad or good. We can't find out about something. We can't investigate something deeply. We can't give our attention completely to something. when we are judging it, rejecting part of it. I'll take this, but I don't want this. Or valuing it, valuing part of it only. So we have to be free of that. So without any preference for a result, or preference for how they are, but being completely empty and holding our heart wide open for everyone. So just imagine if we all sit this way every morning, how our lives might be different. Okay, thank you. We'll begin with some key breathing this morning. This right here may not be the same or as nice as all of us sitting in the same dojo together. But even sitting like this together on Zoom, we can have this nice, really powerful feeling of holding ourselves and each other without preference. So please, if you have a question or if you'd like to say something about this experience of holding that Doi Sensei is teaching us, please speak up.
Hello, Sensei.
Hello, Vernon.
Yes, I find that if experiencing either when a person says a negative about yourself, I'm still embracing that person's judgment, whether it's true or not, but it's not reacting to that person's pretense as well. But at the same time, there is tension of why does that person do that, even though I'm as calm as in the present. And trying to figure those things out is just in the back of my mind. How do I?
Yeah, thank you. So the key to this, to all of this really, when we're sitting, is stories, narratives. We say when we're sitting in meditation, we warn ourselves not to try to figure anything out. And you know, when we tell ourselves stories about something we feel we're not doing well, or not very good at, or something we're unhappy about, something someone said or someone did, or even something about our success in some area, when we turn it into an interior narrative that we tell ourselves, we are basically feeding the negative or feeding the, like Doi Sensei says, don't ever get nervous and excited in your daily affairs. And I take that, well, because I know him, I know what he means is don't get nervous. In other words, don't get negative. Don't get worried about something. But at the same time, don't get excited about something. In other words, don't get, overly enthusiastic when it hasn't really happened yet. And all of those, both of those sides and all gradations of that in between are fed within us by our story about it. We talk and we say dialogue. We have a whole drama. We're all dramatists. We're actors in our own play. And we tell ourselves all these things. And so that's why I say the practice of holding is holding with an empty mind, with no expectation of any kind of result, no preference. So holding with emptiness means holding without preference for outcome. Right? It means we value everything ultimately by not demanding anything of it. This is the kind of respect we want to have for our friend. Right? When you have someone you really care about, you respect them you honor them by not second guessing them, by not supposing, by not assuming. You wait to hear, you wait to see. So in the same way, when we're in our place of holding, we do this for the whole universe, but of course, also one by one, thought by thought, feeling by feeling, person by person, circumstance by circumstance.
That's a great analogy. And also, if we're excited in the moment, not going forward, is that suppressing our excitement?
Wait, say that again.
If we're excited at the same moment, is that suppressing our moments before the future?
Well, I'm not saying to suppress your emotions. We're humans, right? So, like, sometimes when I'm sitting, for instance, and I see myself getting excited about something, I have to laugh. And so then I realize even my laughing is a kind of a self-consciousness, a kind of a self-obsession. So we just drop. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the moment, of course. But even when we're being at our worst, whether we're at our best or we're at our worst, no matter what, there is a part of us that's free of that. And the part that's free is the part that we call emptiness, that is empty of qualities. And at the same time, full of key of the universe. So you can feel it, like when we sat together today. I know you could feel your body full of key, your mind body. And when we have this feeling of course there's no boundary to that, then we're feeling all of the universe full of key. And we're feeling all of each other. We're including everyone. It's empty, but it's full.
Thank you, Sensei.
Yeah, sure. Someone else, please. While we have some time.
Yes, Sensei, it's Prakash.
Hello, Prakash.
Following on for what you said about respect, there was someone I felt very close to and loved dearly for many years. And then I felt that they lied to me on a number of occasions, and I felt very betrayed. And so I lost respect for them and, really distanced myself. And I find it, I've tried to work with this for many years, but I still hold a grudge because I felt lied and betrayed to, and that's the story. But it definitely sets up a reactivity in me that I felt very hard to let go of.
Do you miss them?
Yes.
Yes. I know exactly what you mean. Yes, when we do that to someone. Now, this is not, he has his own problems.
Yeah.
I mean, he has, yeah, I'm not saying he's blameless. I don't even know who you're talking about. But no matter what, if I can be allowed to say, no matter what those goddamn bastards do, God bless them. Because without them, Prakash, without them, we don't have the opportunity to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the opportunity to grow and develop in our compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Then our compassion is really just shallow and only designed for those that are nice to us.
Yeah.
What would we be like if that were true?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we say we want to be grateful to everybody. We hold everybody with this same non-assumption, non-expectation.
I mean, that is the key of that forgiveness. And I found it really difficult to forgive this person. Yeah. So I work on my compassion. Yeah.
Well, you're a great man. I'm sure you're perfectly capable of forgiving. I believe you will be able to do that. Thank you so much. Yes, we have 2 or 3 more minutes. Please speak up. I want to see you. I want to see every one of you.
Morning, Sensei. It's Phoenix.
Hello, Phoenix.
It's so wonderful to see you and everyone. That feeling in and of itself.
It's
Very
enough.
powerful. When you were talking about it being empty and full, it's full when it's empty and vice versa. I don't know, but it, even though I can't express it well, there are times when that makes so much sense. Just a moment when fighting to get my way or to let go of something or whatever. And then it's just gone. We might be back a little bit later, but it's just more obvious to me where when my brain is jumping in and telling stories and I get tired. And I think what's happening now is I get tired of it. And so it just disappears, it comes back, but it's just more obvious that I'm doing it, it's happening, and then when I stop doing it, then
it must be
everything is okay.
It must be a great relief, because it's so possessive, those stories. They take us over. They just run our whole system into the wall. It's like speeding and out of control in a car. And to be able to just pull over and rest. So in sort of traditional spiritual practice, there's 2 different levels of this, what we're talking about, this sort of holding this emptiness. And the first level is you get to experience this when you first experience this, you get it when you're sitting in meditation. That's what we're really talking about here. When we really get into a deep state of non-assumption, no stories, relief from our chichi mind going and going. But then the second level, of course, takes many, many years. Then you don't have to be in meditation. You're always in this place. And that's for everybody. That's not just for some people. That's for you. Everybody gets to have this. So it's just a matter of practice. I'm sitting, and you get so, you said before, I get so tired of it sometimes I just let it go. Well, that's kind of like this. It's like you're so inured. Maybe that's a difficult word, that you just become just not interested. You just know where that goes, and so you don't have to deal with it really. It'll come in. It comes in. It comes in, of course, but it just, like I said to Vernon, there's a part of us always that is free of that, and learning to dwell in the part that's free of it, and allowing that to expand and become a bigger and bigger and more respected and revered part of our life. This is what we call nirvikalpa samadhi, the kind of samadhi, the kind of attainment that stays with us all day long without being like, I'm not talking about that. I see people doing that all the time that are practicing meditation because, of course, everybody wants to be free. But while they're doing this, they're telling stories. You don't want to, that's not something. It's just this without any problem. And problems come for sure, but so what? Suzuki Sensei said. So what? This is your life. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you, everybody. Looks like it's past 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go now, and I look forward to seeing you next time. There's a reason why I can't be here next week, but Carlos Boyer Sensei will be here, so please come back and enjoy his teaching and his presence and just being together. It's not really the teacher anyway, is it? It's really all getting together like this and being in the same space. So thank you very much.